able, please rise. And respectfully remove your hats as I turn the microphone over to Union Senior Lily Shackley as we honor America with our national anthem.
All right, welcome to McKenzie Stadium after that wonderful rendition of the national anthem. My name's Ryan Vassman, and I'm here with Kyle Plegame for our 7 o'clock matchup tonight between the Evergreen Plainsmen and the Union Titans. Kyle, I think we've got a great one here. This is a festering rivalry that happens year after year. What are some of your pregame thoughts?
Well, I was a sophomore when Union opened. They took a lot of people from Evergreen. Evergreen has not forgotten. So this is a bitter rivalry, like you said. I think from the get-go, we're going to see a pretty heated game here. Things to note, Ryan. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is last year's records. I mean, Evergreen went out. They won the 3A GSHL. They were undefeated in league, but they're still searching for their first playoff victory since 2004. At the same time, Union, what used to be a powerhouse, went 3-6 last year. They struggled. They didn't make the playoffs. They're in a rebuilding session, and so it's been I don't want to say a project, but it's been a process over there to reinvigorate what that culture looks like. And I think this is going to be exciting. I think there's a lot of good ball players on both teams, and I'm really curious to see how this shapes out.
It is sort of interesting looking at the Union roster. There are a lot of seniors, and like you said, typically with teams that are underperforming, they're younger, right? You expect that to be a couple-year project. With a lot of seniors on the team, I'm curious to see how they bounce back from that not necessarily disappointing year, but underperforming for Union's expectations. We are rolling right into it. Union with the kickoff. Evergreen will receive. Evergreen's going to start on the 20-yard line here.
Yeah, that was fielded by number 8, Malachi Hodges, and it's going to come out as a touchback. So the Plainsmen are going to start this game at their 20-yard line.
Ryan, talk to me about the Evergreen quarterback.
Jaden Baum, he's a sophomore. He started last year as a freshman.
A redshirt freshman or a true freshman?
Well, there's no redshirt in high school, so he's a true freshman. He's a sophomore this year. He's put in a lot of work in this offseason. From what I know, what I've heard, he's dropped 30 pounds in the offseason. He's just turned into a solid, just big quarterback. And so I'll be really excited to see what he does and how he moves as this game gets underway.
And Evergreen 8-2 with a starting freshman quarterback last year. You just do not see that. So very interesting to see how he performs today. We saw the same sort of thing last game, just pregame jitters. They kind of carry into the first couple drives. So before a single play, Evergreen's going to call a timeout. Did not like what they saw out there.
Yeah, it's that first week jitters. I mean, like you said, it happened in the last game. It seems to happen every single year. I don't know. It's the nerves. It's the inexperience. It's just getting out there for week one and the excitement. But things just aren't firing all the way, and so they'll figure it out. Hopefully they get settled in, and I really think whatever team can get settled in the quickest tonight is going to have a huge advantage.
Completely agree there. I think the first play here from Evergreen, too, is going to tell us a lot. Are they just looking to come out and just make a statement right here?
So we've got a 3 wide receiver set down here at the bottom of your screen. We've got one in motion. Bomb in a pistol formation with Damian Perez just off to his left. Bomb drops back. He finds Perez in the flat. Perez heads out to the outside, bounces, and he's going to go ahead and get a gain of 5. And it's going to be, or I guess, is it 5, 6? It's like 6. We're going to have 2nd and 4 coming up.
Second down here and 4.
And this one's going to be called dead. Looks like we've got offside on the Titans.
It's going to be first down for the Plainsmen. Damian Perez just stopped in the backfield there.
Yeah, that Union defensive line came out strong, stopped Perez in his tracks.
Looks like Noah Cruz-Ross hit him first. Gonna drop him back a couple yards. Couple of early stoppages, everyone trying to get in the rhythm again here.
Yeah, Baum's looking at 2nd and 12 here with Perez on his right. Trips down at the bottom. They find Elijah English. And Union quick to stop English there with a gain of just 1. That's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
I don't recall seeing too many number O's out there before, but Evergreen's got an O. Last game, there were a couple of zeros out there.
Baum rolls out to his right, and that's going to get batted down. That's going to be a big 3rd down stop for the Union Titans. Intended receiver on that was number 9, Darren Schmidt. We see the replay here. Baum just kind of rolls out to the right.
Great heads-up play, and this is something we didn't see last game either, is just playing to the whistle and beyond the whistle sometimes.
Yeah, it looks like that was Tobias Chappell with a big knockdown there for the Titans.
Early punt for Evergreen. It looks like this is going to be Mohammed Al-Shaimi.
That's a high snap. That's encroaching towards the end zone. Al-Shaimi can't pick it up, and that's going to be a safety. That's going to be 2 points on the board for the Union Titans, and they're going to get the ball back. That is a big opening score for the Union Titans.
And we talked about how is Evergreen going to start here. Let's talk about how the Union defense started. I know that one was sort of a fluky play there, but nonetheless, they come out with the safety. But Union defense firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, the Titans have come out strong with their defensive line. They're giving up basically nothing. Here, we're going to see this replay. That snap is just over the head of the punter. It's rolling, and really Alashimi probably should have just fell on it. Instead, he tries to pick it up, and unfortunately, he can't make it outside of the end zone.
I believe that was Andrew Wadby on the final tackle, too, for Union. Just refusing to give up there from the Union defense.
So that results in 2 points on the board for the Titans. And now the Plainsmen are going to have to kick this ball off from their own 20 instead of the normal 40-yard line.
And it's not often you see a 2-0 game, but with a rivalry like this, anything can happen, especially if one team just comes out on all cylinders. Even looking at the players on the bench right here, just ready to go.
Yeah, this is going to be fielded by number 2, Kellen Brown. Brown fights his way up through the middle of the field. He's going to be brought down right at his own 43-yard line.
Blake McDonald under center.
Yes,
for Union.
He is leading the Titans. Blake McDonald, he's a senior, standing 6 feet tall. Got number 25, Adam Olson, in the backfield. Sorry, that's not Adam Olson. That is number 5. But McDonald drops back. He finds... Oh, that is Adam Olson. I got my numbers wrong. So he does find Adam Olson, and he's able to go ahead and get a 40 or 70-yard gain, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 3. McDonald's got 2 receivers up at the top of your screen.
Similar formation as the last play. Olsen steps out a little bit wide.
And I think we've got some movement. And that's going to be against the Titans. That's going to back them up 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Union so far, 3rd play, and all look pretty similar. Granted, one resulted in a penalty. We have Tobias Chappell stepping off the field. Just a moment with Bo Newman stepping in here out at corner.
A little equipment issue. McDonald's got Adam Olson standing right behind him. Olson moves over to the left. McDonald drop back, looking downfield, and that's going to be intercepted.
That's Caden Bozovich.
No, that's Damian Perez of the Plainsmen who comes up with the interception. So McDonald, you see the replay here, trying to find his marker downfield, and Perez just steps in, goes and gets it himself, and that's going to be the first turnover of the night. So after misstep on offense, the Plainsman defense comes up huge, gets a turnover, puts them in decent field position for their 2nd offensive possession of the evening.
There was a penalty at the end of that play as well. Evergreen on the 22-yard line of Union. All of a sudden, after that safety, they are looking real good. So So we're about half a dozen plays into the game. We've already seen a safety and an interception.
So we've got Jaden Baum. He's got Damian Perez, the interceptor, sitting off to his left. Baum rolls out to his right. He's looking downfield. He can't find anybody. He decides to take it to himself. He gets a big pop out of bounds. He's going to get a gain of, looks like 3 yards out of that.
That is something to keep an eye on, too. Just if he's your quarterback, you got to keep him standing upright. You got to keep him healthy. Just run out of bounds, man. It's early in the first game. Let's just
tell him that.
Pass. That's all right.
Perez stopped in the backfield. Big stop by the Titans. It looks like that's going to be a loss of 1, so that brings it, or loss of 2. That brings it back to 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Union defense looking very stout here. And Evergreen on the Union side, briefly touched on the amount of seniors they have, but Evergreen has a ton of underclassmen. So this is, maybe something to keep an eye on too. Just Union maybe with a little bit more experience here.
Baum drops back. He takes a look at the corner of the end zone. It's going to be tipped up. Perez, unfortunately, cannot bring it in. Or that wasn't Perez. That was number 1, Terrence Sarion.
I believe Kellen Brown on the breakup there. Barely got a hand on that. Here's a good replay.
See this replay. That Baum's just taking a look at that corner the entire way. Sarion goes up to get it, but yeah, great move there. Might have been Nicole Howard, number 5. So they're going to set up for a field goal here. We saw a long field goal in the last game. This is going to be a 38-yarder.
With ease, too.
With ease, with plenty of room to go. So that's going to go ahead and put the Plainsmen on the board and in the lead. The score is now 3-2. The kicker there, number 32, Sean Cow.
And we talked about just what a weapon it is to have somebody that can kick field goals like that. That would have been in 40 plus.
That would have been good from 48.
It could have. I mean, that could be huge, especially in this game too. I mean, if we're looking at a 3-2 game, it's early. I'm getting carried away, but man, that is going to be huge for Evergreen. Their offense just needs to find some rhythm now and be able to get into Union territory on their own accord here.
So Cal's going to go ahead and have the kicking duties for the Plainsmen. Looks like back to receive, we've got Adam Olson standing on the 10, ready to receive, as well as Kellen Brown. Brown's going to go ahead and field this one right at the 2-yard line. He makes his way upfield. He wanted to cut outside. Plainsman did not allow him. I didn't see who got that pop on him, but he's going to be stopped right at the 21-yard line.
Not sure how he's walking after that hit, but incredible.
He ran into a brick wall.
All right, Union on the 21. Turned it over on their last possession. Let's see what they can do here.
Adam Olden shifts over to McDonald's right. He takes the handoff. Olsen breaks out around the corner. There is a flag on the play. He's ultimately pushed out of bounds right at the 27-yard line. We'll see if this comes back. Looks like it's going to be a hold on the Titans.
Put him right around the 12-yard line. Is that right?
Yeah, so 10 yards from the spot. Here's a replay here. It's a good little run. There's the hold right there by the left tackle. And that's going to back him up. It's going to be 1st and 18 from the 12. McDonald finds Olsen in the backfield. Olsen heads upfield. He makes it around the corner to his left. And he's going to get... That ball was taken away. We'll see what the call is.
That was a great tackle by Rayshawn Chambers there. Way to stick with the man.
Chambers, a senior. He's had some significant playing time for the Plainsmen in the past.
Here's a good replay.
Yeah, you see Olsen, he just takes it upfield. You'll see Chambers comes through and he makes this stop, but ultimately he was down, but Elijah English having some good wits to try to strip the ball out of Olsen's hand. 2nd and 12 for the Titans. This one's handed off to Olsen again, up the middle. He's going to get a gain of about 5. It's going to turn it into 3rd and 8.
Third and 7 here. Union sticking with the rushing attack this drive. Everything going to Adam Olsen.
I mean, Union has some dangerous receivers on their side. They're going to take a look at one now.
Logan Althusius?
Yeah. Althusius with a reception there. That's going to go ahead and move the chains. Get the Titans a 1st down.
Look at the 36, little 12-yard pass there.
McDonald's got 2 receivers up towards the top of your screen. This time it was handed off to Kason Specht. For a short loss.
Nolan Simon and Cyrus Fawcett involved in the tackle there.
Specht still in the game in the backfield. It looks like Olsen has actually moved into the slot receiver position here towards the bottom of your screen. McDonald evading the rush, and he's going to go ahead and get wrapped up for a loss. That ball is going to be spotted at the 25-yard line. That brings up really 3rd and 21.
Kendrick Johnson there chased him around and eventually brought him down. $11-yard loss there.
We'll see this replay. McDonald just can't avoid this rush from the Plainsmen. So he brought down.
Abdullah Barrett also initiated the tackle, it looks like.
McDonald with 4 receivers set, nobody in the backfield. He looks downfield. And that ball was overthrown. He's lucky it was not picked off.
Elijah English with a chance there, but just cannot capitalize and bring it in for the Plainsmen.
Intended receiver was Landon Jenkins, the tight end. Ball just overthrown.
4th down, we're going to see Union's first punt of the day.
Ball is away. That's going to go ahead and take a Union Titan bounce, a big bounce.
Huge
that goes
play.
all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Monster punt from the Titans there. Looks like Evergreen may have misplayed that punt a little bit, and that could cost him. I mean, that's going to put him deep back there. Right around their own 22.
We've got a timeout. .326 left in the first quarter. It's been a great game so far. A couple miscues from both sides. We started out with a safety.
Followed that up with a deep field goal.
A deep field goal. It was what was it, 38 yards? It had plenty of room to spare. So watch Jaden Baum lead his Plainsmen down the field. Again, he's got Damian Perez in the backfield. This ball is going to be handed off to Terrence Sarion. He tries to break it around the corner to the outside. He's going to go ahead and get a gain of about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
A couple of Titans able to bring him down there. I believe that was going to be Mohamed Alashimi.
Bomb rolling out to his left. He finds Terrence Sarion out near the left touchline.
Huge confident throw there. That could have been picked off, but with enough strength and
it could have. I think Baum there missed an opportunity. He had Nicole Howard streaking downfield alongside the left half with no one on him. I don't know if he didn't see him or he just couldn't quite get it to him, but looks like there was a flag on the play, so that's going to go ahead and negate the play and back the Plainsmen up.
Back to the 22. 2nd and 10 again.
Baum pitches this one out to Perez. Perez tries to find a hole upfield. He's going to get a short gain.
Breaks a handful of tackles, but ultimately brought down right around the 25.
Looks like they're going to give him forward progress to the 27. That brings up 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4, excuse me.
EJ Tonga there. Finally able to bring him down. 2 minutes left in the first quarter, 3-2. Don't see many football score lines like this.
Baum looking left, takes a big hit, but he's able to find Terrence Sarion, and that's going to move the chains for a first down.
Bo Newman, big hit there. A couple of big hits from both of these teams.
Yeah, we'll see this replay here. Baum stands in the pocket. He's able to get that throw off while knowing he's going to get smoked. Finds Sarion in order to move the chains. Good, confident play from the young man. Baum wants to send his receiver in motion. He hands it off to Perez. Perez, misdirection, goes the other way. He just can't break the corner. And he's going to end up with a no gain.
Ruben Aguilar there, able to bring him down. You can tell both teams, Evergreen and Union, still feeling emotions from Union taking all the students 18 years ago.
Still holding a grudge.
Yeah. When many of these kids weren't even around.
Malachi Hodges checks in for Damian Perez. Baum takes his shot downfield, looking for Sarion. Sarion comes back to get it, unable to bring it in. That's going to fall incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
Good effort there from both players. Sarion had to come back for it a little bit, but good attempt there from Baum.
Yeah, I would say if you compare it to last year, there's no way Baum could have made that throw. He's added a lot of upper body strength in the offseason. It's good to see him make that deep throw. It's like Perez is back in the game. Nope, he's not. He's taking another breather, but that's going to be a penalty. Looks like some personnel issues. Ends up in a false start for the Plainsmen. That's going to back them up 5.
3rd and 14, give or take.
Baum rolls out to his left. Tempted to find Darren Schmidt, not able to connect. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Evergreen bringing out the punting team here. Exactly 1 minute left in the first quarter.
We've got a Union Titan timeout, it looks like. This is the Titans' first timeout of the half.
Well, we've got a timeout too. Let's take a moment. What are you seeing out there from both teams?
I'm seeing a lot of fight out of both teams. I really am. They're coming. I mean, it's still week 1, and I know we've talked about it, and we're going to continue to talk about it. There's some mental mistakes on both sides of the football. But you take a look, this game, you can tell this game means a lot to both teams and every single player out on that field very, very much. They know this is how they start off on the season. Union has something to prove with how their season went last year, and then at the same time, Evergreen wants to keep that winning 3A GSHL record that they had from last year as well. So they both have lots on the line tonight.
This feels like Union knows they underperformed last year, and they are responding adequately here with a defensive masterclass here to start.
Evergreen's going to go ahead and punt that away. Punter was Darren Schmidt. This is going to go ahead and take a bounce. It almost hits a Titan player.
It looks like Jeremy Wang there almost got clipped by that ball.
Jason Scott is going to go ahead and down that ball, though. So Union's going to go ahead and take over on the 34, on their own 34-yard line.
Evergreen so far, it feels a little clunky, where they've had a couple plays where they look great, and it's a couple steps backwards, and they're just not able to find a solid rhythm. Union offensively is in the same sort of predicament, but defensively they look very, very solid.
I would agree. Donald hands it off to Adam Olsen. Adam Olsen finds a hole just off his right tackle. It's going to be a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, big gain there. That's what you want to see from Union, to establish the ground game and then kind of spread it out a little bit.
McDonald thought about taking it himself. Instead, he finds, looks like that was number 42, Caleb Cruz. And that's going to be enough to move the chains for a first down.
Another big hit, man. That one from Malachi Hodges.
See this replay here. McDonald, he almost thinks about taking himself, and he finds Cruz. Cruz doing a good job to get beyond the line to gain.
That's going to end the first quarter 3-2. Did you see a pitcher's duel coming up?
I did not. I really didn't.
Yeah, we expected Jaden Baum to sort of continue his dominance from last year. Maybe yet to come.
I think the biggest thing that we didn't expect was the safety to be the first scorer of this football game to start the night off, and it's kind of, I don't know if it set the tone. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I didn't expect a 3-2 game at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, it's a pretty strange first score. I think it did set the tone because it's been a pretty strange game so far. Both teams kind of just not really, the heart's out there, you can tell, but really have really been able to grasp the next big play. We're going to see if that's up next for Union. 1st and 10 on their own 48 here.
Now this is Gabe Kilgris now in for quarterback for Union. He hands it off to Olson. Olson breaks the corner. He's able to go ahead and get upfield. There's a flag on the play. Olson ultimately ran out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
I believe that flag is going to be against Union. Specifically, Sam Gates is what it looked like. Maybe that's Cameron Roy. Tough to tell here.
Yeah, it is a holding penalty. So that's going to go ahead and negate any gain here. We'll see this play. Olson takes the handoff. See if we can't see that hold.
I think that's where it came into play, right on that
there.
Last tackle.
So that's going to back the Titans up, back to their own 38-yard line.
1st and 20 now. This is kind of what we talk about. We just, neither team, just little things that are kind of coming back to haunt them. And that's how you end up with a 3-2 game.
Yeah. Kilgris still in the game as a quarterback, has Olson lined up to his left. Kilgris fires a bullet across the middle. He's going to go ahead and find Bo Newman. That's going to be a gain of 13, essentially cutting the line to gain in half.
Now inside Evergreen territory. Good bounce back play there from Union.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you take a look at 1st and 20, 1st and long, and you have to take it in chunks. You can't go for it all on first down. That's exactly what they did.
Another timeout for Union here.
Looks like there was a little bit of confusion in formation. That's going to be Union Titans' second timeout of the half. We're sitting 11:03 left in the second quarter.
Get a good look at Evergreen, talking strategy out there. Now, is this the Kilgris-McDonald quarterback tandem? Is this something Union toyed with last year? Is this a new thing?
It is something they toyed with.
Are there certain matchups where they would?
Letting this play kind of play out. We've got plenty of laundry on the field, but that was Kellen Brown with the carry. So back to your question, they did run dual quarterbacks last year. Kilgris didn't see as much playing time as Blake McDonald. I can't speak on whether certain packages depends on who they send out. It may be a type of situation where they're still fighting for QB1, right? And they're giving each of them a shot.
Could be.
I saw McDonald in the first quarter, second quarter is kind of come out and been Kilgris. So we'll see what happens. Ultimately, this is going to be a holding penalty against the Titans.
Back to their own 41 here. Kilgris still in.
We've also got Kason Scott, number 29, lined up in the backfield for the Titans. Kilgris finds E.J. Tonga. Tonga makes his move up the middle. He gets upended right around the 46-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 12.
I believe that was Malachi Hodges again on the tackle there. Saw a lot of those slant plays last game.
Adam Olson back in the backfield. Kilgris drops back, steps up into the pocket, scrambles. He finds his target right at the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough for the 1st down. His target being number 2, Kellen Brown.
Decisive quarterbacking there. Just made a decision, rolled out, found his man. That's Union looking very dangerous here this drive. .45 left in the second quarter. We still got ourselves a 3-2 game. Kilgris looking to change that here.
Jenkins and Kilgris down here lined up at the bottom of your screen. The ball's being handed off to Adam Olson. Olson breaks a tackle through the middle. He tries to bust it out to the outside. He's not going to gain any more. It's going to move the ball to the Evergreen 36-yard line. It's going to be second and 6.
Abdullah Barrett unable to bring him down the first time. Stays on his feet and gets a couple more.
Kilgris hands the ball off to Olson. Olson gains a few more up the middle. That's going to bring up 2nd and 2. Or, I'm sorry, 3rd and 2.
Jason Scott with the tackle on that one. Big play here for Union.
Yeah, this will be a big 3rd down. I would say they are in 4-down territory. If they don't get it here, it wouldn't surprise me if they go for it. Kilgris tries the hard count, unsuccessful, to get the Plainsmen to jump offside.
And Union out of timeouts too. Running out of time here, this play.
Play clock down to 3. Hands it off to Olson again. Olson moves forward. He's going to go ahead and get enough to move the chains.
Yeah, big play for Union. Now they can kind of relax a little bit, experiment, and see what works here.
Olsen checks out of the game. Case on Speck checks in. It would not surprise me here if Kilgris takes a shot downfield towards the end zone. He's got a triple set of receivers up at the top of your screen. The ball's handed off to Speck. It's going to be a gain of 2.
Great tackle there from Scott to stick with him and limit the damage. Daniel Tapua checking in for the Plainsmen. Up the middle, looking to stifle that Union run game.
Union in the pistol formation. Kilgris hands it off to Specht again. Specht up the middle. Tries to bounce it to the outside.
And once again, that's Scott with the tackle too.
Yeah, they're going to give Speck forward progress and move him up to the 26-yard line. That's going to bring up third and 7. Kilgris has Kellen Brown down here at the bottom of your screen. Childreth in the slot.
Good offense, good defense right there. By far the longest drive we've seen all night too.
Yeah. He found Logan Althusius in the middle. It's going to be just short of the first down marker. That's going to bring up fourth down and 2.
Good tackle from Elijah English, able to keep him on the opposite side of that first down mark. Like you mentioned too, Ryan, 4-down territory, they're still in it. I mean, they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, they've got Adam Olsen checked back into the backfield. Kilgris looking to take it himself. He finds a seam up the middle, cuts out to the left. He's going to take that ball down to the 15-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down for the Union Titans.
Big heads-up play there from Kilgris.
Yeah, I think Evergreen was waiting for him to hand the ball off to Olsen, and when he didn't, they didn't quite know what to do. And Kilgris found his hole. This time he does hand it off to Adam Olsen. Adam Olsen finds a seam up the middle. It's going to be a gain of about 6, maybe 7.
Just little consistent chunks from Union.
Yeah, I mean, if you can run the ball and get 6-7 yards every time, I mean, you're going to win football games. Hands it off to Olsen again. Olsen had a little stutter step.
Oh, late takedown. That's going to be a costly penalty for Evergreen.
Yeah, if you're coach for the Plainsmen, that's one that you're not happy with. You don't want to give up extra yards when you don't need to.
Adam Olsen does come out of the game here. Yeah, it looks like personal foul against Evergreen. That's going to put Union right around the 4-yard mark here. Looking to take the lead back.
Yep, automatic first down. Union is knocking on the door to go ahead and take the lead back into this game. 4:24 left in the second quarter.
If they can continue this rushing attack, it's a foregone conclusion. It's they're getting it in there here.
Low snap. Kilgris is able to go and pick it up, but he slips. He's going to lose 2 on the play.
A massive caster jinx there from yours truly. I called the rushing touchdown and immediately slips. And I'll take the blame on that one. Push back to the 6-yard line here.
Kilgores has Olsen lined up to his left. It's going to be 2nd and goal. He hands it off to Olsen. Olsen not getting anything. The Plainsmen really showing that bend don't break mentality as we move into 3rd down.
Yeah, Darren Schmidt holding firm there. Maybe a gain of 1 gets him out to the 5, but another big play here. 3rd and 5 with 3 minutes left. Adam Olsen back.
Kilgores tries to find Olsen on the out route. It ends up being intercepted. This ball is being taken back. There is no Union player in sight. And he is going to take that all the way to the house, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Plainsmen. That is Kellen Brown with the interception. That's going to go ahead and take it all the way.
I think that's going to be Braden Roop on the interception here.
You're right. I was looking at my wrong sheet.
But no flags on the play.
No flags on the play.
A safety, a deep field goal, and a 95-yard interception return. Did you have that on your bingo card?
I did
tonight?
not. It was not on my bingo card whatsoever.
9-2, potentially 10-2 here in one moment.
Here's the replay here. Kilgore's just looking for Olsen. Olsen didn't see it coming, and you're right. That was Braden Rupp to come up with the interception to take it 95 yards to the house.
Way to keep an eye on the ball, though. Almost bobbled. Well, he bobbled it a couple times, and
he did. He was able to reel it in. Yeah. You know, I wasn't going to say it, but right before that 3rd down play, I was going to say that this play had the potential to change the momentum, and it certainly did.
It did. Not necessarily the way we were expecting.
Right. Sean Cowell for the extra point. The hold is good. The kick is up. And the kick is good. That's going to bring the score. The Plainsmen 10, Union Titans 2. 2:25 left in the first half here on Friday Night Football in Clark County.
What a game so far. This is a treat. Just when it seemed like Union was just, they found their groove, and it just slipped away.
Yeah, they were methodically moving the ball down the field. And you know what set that up really was the Plainsmen got a couple really big stops on the rush. And so the Titans decided to go ahead and throw the ball out up into the air. And just miscommunication. Adam Olsen didn't see it coming. And that ball ultimately was picked off by Braden Rupp.
Maybe that was the Evergreen strategy the whole time. Let them get inside the 5-yard line and then crush their spirits a little bit.
If it was, I give them credit. I really do.
That's a bold strategy, if so.
It certainly is.
Got a couple of Titans back here to receive the kick. Maybe a little bit of confusion. Evergreen seems to be down a man, which is also a bold strategy. Here we go. We've got our 11 out there now.
And it looks like that's Childress lined up to receive for the Titans right around the 10-yard line.
Sean Cowell with the kick here.
This one's going to be fielded by Kellen Brown. Brown finds his way up the middle, breaks a few tackles. He's going to get some extra yards here. He brings that back out to the 39-yard line, where the Titans are going to go ahead and start their drive.
It looked like Evergreen had the opportunity for a strip there, but very, very strong hands from Kellen Brown to stick with it. Now on their own 34. 2:17 left in the first half here. Trailing 10-2.
Kilgris comes back out as the Titan quarterback. Kason Specht lined up in the backfield. We've got two receivers down here at the bottom of your screen. Kilgris delays, takes a hold on that. He slides. It's going to be a gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And this could be a situation where those 2 early timeouts taken from Union,
It could hurt him.
it could. Those were valuable, and a little bit of confusion at the time, but 2 minutes left here. They need to find the end zone.
Kilgris hands this one off to Speck. Speck bounces out to the outside. He's going to go ahead and get enough for the first down. Takes the ball out to the 46-yard line.
Let's see if they keep giving the ball to Specht here. 1:40 left on their own 46-yard line. Right back to Specht. Another decent little gain there, maybe 4 yards. That is going to be the final Union timeout is what it looks like, with 1:23 left before halftime. Trailing 10-2. Let's see what kind of play we draw up here. To keep the clock running, they have gone run, run, run. Let's see if they switch the pass and change things up a little bit. Evergreen talking shop right here. This is the play before the play that could define the game here. Couple of out wide. Union looking to pass here. Send it deep. EJ Tonga with the catch, stays on his feet. Breaks a couple tackles, gets inside the 20-yard line. Absolutely monstrous play there from the Titans. It was a good replay. Good spin move. And we're back in action. Kilgris keeps it, runs outside, maybe gets 1 or 2. More importantly, he does stop the clock. Second and 8 on the 18. Looking to pass again here. Wide open in the middle of the field. Kilgris is going to keep it again, runs outside and stops the clock. Union may be disappointed with the score at half, but can't be disappointed with their play so far. getting a few extra points on the board would be huge for them going into the break. Now on the 11, facing third down here. Kilgris. Enough for the first. And looks like get to stop the clock again here. First and goal, 39 seconds left, trailing by 8. This is sort of the Union offense we saw last drive too, where it's methodical. 1,000 cuts. Last drive defined by that one huge mistake. Kilgris gets out to maybe the one, or looks like he gets to the 1 yard line. Good defense there from Evergreen. Blake Childreth on the catch, no huddle. We're going to stop the clock here. Third and goal from the 1, 17 seconds before halftime. If you're Evergreen, you have to expect some sort of quarterback sneak here. Let's see if that's the play that Union draws up. Kilgris in shotgun. A little bit of miscommunication. Looked like the receiver stopped running. Kilgris thought he would keep going. He thought if he stayed there, might be able to stick open, but miscommunication may cost them here. Fourth and goal from the 1. Keep your eye on Adam Olson here. Just to the right side. Hands it off to Olson. Olson finds a seam. Is it enough? It is. Once again, great defense from Evergreen, just better offense. Union got the yard they needed. That's going to make it a potentially 1-point game here before halftime. Adam Olson with the rushing touchdown. The first offensive score we've seen tonight, despite it being a 10-8 game. Union going for the tie here. Kilgris looking to pass. We're going to have a tie game going into halftime here. Adam Olson with the catch. The 2-yard reception. We've got ourselves a 10-10 game with 10 seconds left here in the first half. Union have to be feeling great right now. Just a couple of drives where they were able to methodically carve up Evergreen. One of them resulted in an Evergreen touchdown. Union thinking to themselves, we could have a huge lead going into halftime here. Unfortunately, we're gonna take it to the break here, more than likely with the tie 10-10 game. Joshua Fish, the kicker. His first opportunity to kick tonight. Evergreen stays on top of it. Scary play, but Hudson Nellis able to keep it for himself. Evergreen's going to start on their 22. Let's see if they run a play or just take a knee. 6 seconds left. Jaden Baum lining up like we're going to run a play here. Good little gain from Evergreen, but we're going to take it to the break here. 10-10. What a first half here. Both teams fighting, and once again, a defensive masterclass from Evergreen. I'm sorry, from Union. With that, we're going to throw it over to the halftime show, talk some stats and strategy.
Matt Griffin alongside Ryan Bassbinder, and suddenly we've got a football game going on.
It's a great game that's going on.
Yeah, we were talking, Evergreen had a really successful year last year, trying to continue that momentum. Union had struggles like they haven't in a while, but they're playing a real methodical type of football tonight.
Yeah, they really are. Their running game has been really impressive, and really Union's offense has beaten Evergreen's offense. I mean, take a look at it. Before that last drive where they put up that additional touchdown, there was only one offensive score, and that was a field goal by the Evergreen's plainsman. I mean, they've really done a good job on the offensive side of the football tonight.
That great interception, 95 yards for the touchdown from Evergreen that made it, 10-2. What does Evergreen need to do to, match this methodical style of thing and not just capitalize on a rare mistake?
Yeah, Evergreen needs to do a little bit more work on the offensive side of the football. Their defense has been great. They just gave up a touchdown, but other than that, they've really done a great job. On the offensive side of the football, they got to settle down a little bit. They've made a couple of mistakes. They ended up with a high snap. They ended up for a safety that put the first 2 points on the board for them. They've got a great weapon in their field goal kicker. That was an impressive field goal at 38 yards.
Yeah.
And so that was really impressive to see. They just got to settle down and find the rhythm, and I just don't think they found it yet.
Yeah, but before this final drive by Union, Evergreen was able to stop them on the defensive side on the sequence before this, right? But I was just really impressed, listening to you and Ryan, or you and Kyle talk about just how methodical Union's running game has been, just grinding out 6, 7, 8 yards per play.
Yeah, and they've done a great job, and I really thought Evergreen was going to put a stop to it, and they got a lucky break. They got the interception that was just really a miscue from the offensive side of the football from Union. But I'll be curious to see who comes out for quarterback for Union in the third quarter. They've split duty so far.
Yeah, we talked about that while we were off the air.
Yeah, so we'll see if Blake McDonald comes out for the third quarter, if they stick with Gabe Kilgris. Excuse me. And we'll see what they've done. I think, I don't want to give them too much credit, but Rodney's done a great job as the running back coach down there at Union.
Rodney, our longtime EPS sports announcer, now taking over as the running back coach for the Union Titans. So we talked about what Evergreen does to just settle in, get some momentum of their own on the offensive side. What do you tell the Titans in the locker room? Because, I would imagine it's do more of the same.
It is. It's keep the course, continue with the program. It was an unfortunate mistake. I think they should be up probably 17-10 right now, or even 17-3. It was just a mistake. So if they continue to keep with their program, with the plays that they have drawn up, I think they can pull out a win, which will be a huge win, especially looking back on last season, what they did last season.
Great. Well, we are going to wrap up tonight's game. We will be back next week for a doubleheader on Friday night. Then we'll be taking a couple weeks off, and then we'll be back for the final 3 games of the regular season. So lots more football coming up this year with Ryan Bassbinder and Kyle Bleeke. So keep it right here for more EPS sports action. While we get ready for the second half, I want to tell you about some digital arts students at Heritage High School who teamed up with a teacher on sabbatical, a teacher all the way from Australia. And the digital arts students teamed up with this teacher from Australia and their teacher to create a movie about Bigfoot.
See, that's where the forest grows thick and the trees are bigger. That's Bigfoot country down there.
I remember hearing a story about an Australian Bigfoot when I was a kid who might have ended up out this way.
How about that? Well, how else?
Once upon a time,
Okay.
in a place in Western Australia called the Pinnacles, there lived a creature. All hairy, long-armed, big eyes, big teeth, and as the name indicates, big feet. Some say it is a beauty to the desert. To me, it's always just seemed hot, dry, and unforgiving. The Australian Bigfoot didn't mind it so much, but it was pretty lonely. It hadn't seen another Bigfoot ever. Just the occasional kangaroo, emu, bellbird, spinifex hopping mouse, and python.
What's a spinifex hopping mouse?
Dinner for a python. One day, it mixed some of the red sand with water and made paste. And with the paste, it wrote a message on a boomerang. It held the boomerang as hard as it could, and for once in its life, hoped it wouldn't come back. It flew and flew and flew, past Uluru, right over the Sydney Opera House, across the Great Barrier Reef, and right across the Pacific Ocean.
Across the ocean? How though?
I reckon magic, one assumes.
Right.
Anyways, as I was saying, across the Pacific Ocean, under the Astoria Bridge, through the San Juan Islands, past the Space Needle, over Old Town.
That route doesn't even make sense. It's flying everywhere. North, south, east, west. That's not even how a boomerang flies. Ah, magic again?
What, serious? Finally, the boomerang flew into the thick forest of the Pacific Northwest, and wham! Hit the head of an unsuspecting North American Bigfoot. The forest, as you well know, can be its own type of unforgiving. Rain, wind, cold. But the North American Bigfoot didn't mind it so much. But it was pretty lonely. Just the occasional black-tailed deer, owl, tree frog, and timber wolf. So when it read "Friend Wanted," the reply came quickly. It grabbed some berries and wrote back. It hurled it back as hard as it could. Off it flew. Old Town, Space Needle, San Juan Islands, Astoria Bridge, across the Pacific Ocean, Great Barrier Reef, Sydney Opera House, Uluru, and back to the Pinnacles. The Australian Bigfoot was overjoyed.
Magic again.
Precisely. It finally had a mate, a pen pal of sorts, a friend. Back and forth they wrote messages and threw the boomerang to one another, forming a friendship and bond. They talked about anything and everything, what they had in common and what was unique to Australia and the Pacific Northwest. One day the North American Bigfoot had an idea, and it invited the Australian Bigfoot to come and visit, oblivious to the idea of distance and just how treacherous such a journey would be.
Couldn't it just use, magic again?
Strangely, no.
Anyway, as I was saying,
Off it flew. Space Needle, San Juan Islands, Astoria Bridge, the Pacific Ocean, to the Great Barrier Reef. Whomp! A great white shark snatched the boomerang and ate it.
Wait, what? That's it?
I had a hole. Message never arrived. No invite received. Just end of story. By then I should have been asleep anyway.
Well, that's not how I expected it to end at all. That's bittersweet. I mean, I guess there's lessons to be learned about friendship or something.
I don't know, mate. It's just a cautionary tale about looking out for sharks in the reef.
Though I suppose it's one of those stories where you can imagine a different last chapter on your own. I always envisaged the Australian Bigfoot had come to know its friend well enough and wanted to see it anyway. It didn't even need the invitation via boomerang. It probably hiked past Uluru, Old Town, right here to Keegan's Theatre. Two friends together, having fun.
You know, I like that ending. Those two are probably out there playing with each other. They don't even have time to interact with us humans. It's magic. It's the magic of friendship.
One assumes.
Hi, I'm Matt Griffin from EPS Sports. I'm here at McKenzie Stadium to tell you about the schedule for our fall football broadcast. We'll be covering doubleheader games on September 5th and 12th. In October, we'll have doubleheader games on October 17th, 24th, and 30th. All of the games will be on Comcast Channel 328 and the Evergreen Public Schools YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Evergreen Schools. So be sure to tune in for great local coverage of high school football, and we'll see you all starting on September 5th. Calling all student athletes in Evergreen and Battleground Public Schools. The Mark Rigo Athletic Scholarship Fund is accepting applications. Mark Rigo was a beloved football and track coach who passed away in 2018, but left behind a legacy. The thousands of student athletes he pushed to become the best versions of themselves and pursue their dreams.
His whole thing was the power of one. If he could just do one thing each day for one person, he's made an impact.
If you are heading to college or a post-secondary trade school and have taken part in sports in Evergreen or Battleground Public Schools, Rigo's legacy can also help offset some of your college costs. To fill out an application and learn more, head over to rigoscholarship.com. Let's keep Coach Rigo's legacy going by helping new generations of students pursue their dreams.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
Thank you all for tuning in to our halftime show, our second halftime show of the night. We are just a couple minutes away from the second half. The Evergreen Plainsmen versus the Union Titans. We're all tied up. So get ready for another great half of EPS Sports football action.
All right, welcome back to McKenzie Stadium for the second half of the Union Titans against the Evergreen Plainsmen. We are all tied up 10-10 after a late touchdown by the Union Titans to finish out the first half. Kyle, that was an exciting half of football.
That really was. We saw a safety. We saw a 95-yard interception return. We saw about a field goal that probably would have been good from about 48. Couldn't have asked for much more.
No. I mean, it was a great way to start this football game. I'm excited for what the second half will bring. I think, the last drive that Union had really kind of took away what I was going to say, because I really felt like Union offensively played a lot better than what Evergreen did, but they were behind. Now they did find a touchdown to go ahead and tie it up at the end of the game. But we'll see. I think it still comes down to whatever team can make the fewest amount of mistakes is gonna walk away with this tonight.
That's a tough halftime conversation if you're a coach, because if you're the Union coach, you can say you outplayed Evergreen because you did, but you trailed 10-2 until 10 seconds left.
Yeah,
that's tough. Just keep on doing what you're doing, but
And we're off for the second half. We're not off. Officials decided to go ahead and stop this. We weren't quite ready. So we're going to go ahead and redo it.
That was a classic second half prank by the officials out there.
So it looks like it was false start against Evergreen. So that's going to go ahead and back them up on the kick. For Union, we've got Adam Olson and Kellen Brown standing at about the 11-yard line ready to go ahead and receive. Sean Cow is the kicker for Evergreen.
Also a sophomore. We talked about quarterback Jaden Baum as the starting quarterback sophomore.
Now we're off. And this is going to go ahead and bounce out of bounds.
Not an ideal start for Evergreen. A penalty followed by
another penalty
on the kickoff here.
Yeah, so Union's going to go ahead and take the ball over, start their drive on the 35-yard line. Now for Union, we saw two quarterbacks in that first half. We saw Blake McDonald in the first quarter and Gabe Kilgris in the second. So it looks like we're going to see
quarterback.
They just decided not to go in. I think that's going to be Armani Tonga. So that's the third quarterback we have seen in the game tonight for the Titans.
Yeah, I do see Kilgris on the bench over here. Very interesting.
So Adam Olson just goes and runs that one out of bounds. It's going to be a short gain of 3.
Just sort of adds to the uniqueness of this game. 3 different quarterbacks, pretty much every scoring way we've seen.
Well, it tells me that they've really got a good fight for that starting quarterback spot, and they've got a lot of depth for the Union Titans, which will definitely be beneficial for them as the season goes on.
Yeah, it's incredible that throwing them out in a 10-10 game, just no fear. I mean, they trust all their guys.
This is handed off to Olson again. He bounces out to the outside. He makes his way up past the line to gain, and that's going to be a first down.
Olson has been a rock all game here, pretty much gaining 4, 5, 6 yards every carry. Tonga's still back at quarterback for the Titans.
He's going to move Olson just off to his left. Tonga hands this off to Olson. Olson bounces out to the outside to the right. And he's going to get pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 6. And that's going to bring up second down.
Braden Rupp on the tackle there. That was our interception returner earlier. Out to about the 43 inside Evergreen territory here. Union scoring with 10 seconds left in the first half and immediately getting the ball back to start could be another big turn.
Tonga's got 3 receivers up towards the top of your screen, none on the left. This is misdirection. He sends, it's going to be Case and Specht off to the left, and Specht's going to go ahead and gain enough for the first down.
A couple of receivers checking in here. We saw Bo Newman run onto the field. Wonder if they give Tonga his first passing opportunity here.
He's going to hand that off to Specht again. Specht fights his way up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 4.
They're just going to keep sending the rushing attack here right up the nose of Evergreen.
Might as well until Evergreen proves that they can stop it. I mean, you're going to get 4, 5, 6 yards to carry.
Yeah, make Evergreen respawn. I mean, if they can't stop it, like you said, that's...
Adam Olsen checks in for Specht. He's in the backfield. Trip receivers up at the top of your screen.
Another
Olsen,
run.
yeah, Olsen gets the handoff. This is going to be a gain of 3. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
I think Union's going to take that all day, though. I mean, they were already 2 minutes of clock ran off here. They know they've controlled the game so far. They're at the 28, threatening again. 3 yards every carry. They've shown they're not afraid to go for it on 4th down.
No, they're
running it.
Yeah, no, they're certainly in 4-down territory, and I think some of that theory is, hey, if we hold on to the football, Evergreen can't score. Armani Tonga is going to go ahead and take the snap here. He drops back. He looks off to his right, and that ball is almost intercepted. Pass was just led his receiver too far. Looks like that was Rayshawn Chambers that almost came up with that.
This is something we've seen from Union time and time again, though. They can, if they just stick with the run game, they have an opportunity to seal the victory pretty quickly with the continued passes right into Evergreen's hands.
Yeah, I mean the interception in the first half, that was a misplaced pass. That one was almost intercepted. You got to question where are you going? This time, Tonga fires over the middle. He finds number 17, Porter Heitch.
At the same time, if you have plays like that, let's go ahead and pass it. Let's throw the rock around. Let's see what happens. Just some consistency from Union would on the passing attack would be nice to see. Out to the 22, 1st and 10.
Hands off to Olsen. Olsen tries to break around the left corner. Gets caught up. He's still going to go ahead and get a gain of about 5.
I think that's why they gave Olsen number 5. It's because he gets 5 yards every run.
Could be. Makes sense to me.
We have an injured player out here is what it looks like. Not sure what exactly happened there to Elijah English, but
He may just be getting some cramps.
But immediately went down and rolled. Never like to see that here.
It was a warm day. Week 1. Not properly hydrated. I'm sure he'll go and get some mustard on the sideline, and he'll work that out, and he'll be back. Kyle, have you ever tried mustard for cramps?
Can't say that I have.
I'm more of a pickle juice guy.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll have to give it a go next time. Both sound great.
All right, and we are coming back here. Armani Tonga is going to be the quarterback for the Union Titans. Once again, that's the 3rd quarterback we've seen for the Titans tonight. Looks like they're split in quarters. I do see one other quarterback on the roster, so we'll see if we see him in the 4th quarter. Kaysen Specht in the backfield. Tonga looking to pass.
Oh, my.
And that ball is just high. Looking for E.J. Tonga. Unable to connect. That brings up 3rd down.
Just a rocket, but slips out of his hands, and Evergreen's Rayshawn Chambers nearly collects it. Evergreen looking for their 3rd interception of the night from 3 different quarterbacks.
Monte Tonga keeps this one. He finds his way up the middle. That's going to be enough for the first down. Looks like the ball's being spotted on the 10-yard line still. That's going to bring up 1st and goal for the Union Titans.
Great fake there. Looked like he almost faked out his own teammate who he was handing the ball to. Everybody a little confused, but a big gain. 1st and goal here. Union looking to get their first lead since it was 2-0.
Tonga moves Olsen to his right, hands it off. Olsen breaks up the middle. He runs into a little bit of traffic. He's going to go ahead and get some gain.
Out to about maybe the 6-yard line.
Maybe we'll see where they give him for forward progress. And it is the 6-yard. 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line.
This is Olsen's wheelhouse right here. Let's see if they hand it off to him and find the end zone. He's in position to do so, lining up behind quarterback Tonga.
Hands the ball off to Olsen. Olsen getting stopped right into the line of scrimmage.
It's a great tackle there from number 55, Kendrick Johnson.
That brings up 3rd down. It looks like he was able to go ahead and get a yard out of that. So that moves the ball to the 5-yard line. And we've seen this before.
I was just going to say the same thing. Union has been here maybe 3 times so far. Not necessarily great memories for them either.
Tonga decides to keep it. He moves back over to the left. He is fighting. He's going to find his way into the end zone. Waiting for the official call.
What a run from Tonga there. Just does not give up.
That is going to be a touchdown. That takes the Union Titans to 16. And they did exactly what they did in the first half. They methodically moved the ball down the field. The only difference between this drive and the ones in the first half is that they didn't make a mistake.
Yeah, realistically, this could easily be a 24-3 game right now if a couple of things went their way. And this is a team that went 3-6 last year, going up against Evergreen that went 8-2. Kick is going to be barely in.
It's going to be a good extra point from Joshua Fish. Here's the replay. Tonga fakes to the right. He just misdirection. He takes it out past the left corner, and he fights his way into the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like at least 4 plainsmen got hands on him and just couldn't bring him down. That has to be a huge relief. Finally able to get through that 5-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, drives like that, they just continuously build confidence, right? You're like, all right, you know that you should be able to do it, and now that you finally have, you're going to be more confident every time you go out there. You're confident to get those 3-4 yard runs that you need to either move the chains or find your way into the end zone. You don't have to force a throw. They're going to feel good about that one.
This feels like the first Evergreen offensive possession in a long, long time, too, with the amount of clock that Union has burned. 6 minutes right there on that single drive in the third quarter.
Well, and it looks like that's going to be Union's game. So if you're Evergreen, you have to make each and every single possession count. You can't go 3 and out, or if you do, it's got to be quick, because otherwise you're going to run out of time tonight. Evergreen back to receive. He fields it at the 2-yard line. He's breaking it out up the left hash. And he finds his way to the 31-yard line. There is a late flag on the far side of the field.
It's another cramp from Evergreen?
Yeah, I think that was Elijah English.
Yeah, he was the same one that had that earlier. Let's bring out the pickle juice.
We'll see what the flag was. It's sitting over there on the 36-yard line, and it's going to be a hold against the Plainsmen. So that's going to back them up a little. No, that wasn't Elijah English. That was Malachi Hodges that came up with the cramp.
That would be a big loss for Evergreen, too. He's been very involved on the defensive end. Evergreen starting on their own 21 here. Bomb back in at QB.
His trusty halfback, Damian Perez, lined up to his right. He's got trip receivers down here towards the bottom of your screen.
Another penalty. You have to imagine this is going to be an offensive.
Yeah, it is a false start, so that's going to back him up 5 more. And that immediately puts Evergreen into a hole, looking at 1st and 15 from their 16-yard line.
Could be a bit rusty, honestly. It's been about maybe 45 minutes since the offensive has taken a real drive here. I mean, I know they got it back with 10 seconds left in the half, but
Bomb drops back, is looking downfield. He broke out of the pocket. Intended receiver number 5, Nicole Howard, unable to come up with that one.
this is looking like the Union of old, too. Just dominant, strong play.
Baum looking to pass. He finds his seam up towards the middle. He pitches it out to Perez. Perez ends up with a run that's going to go ahead and get a gain about 7. We've got some extracurriculars that were happening. There's a flag on the play.
I believe that's going to be a holding against Evergreen.
And it is. That's going to back him up even further. That was a dangerous play by Jaden Baum. We're going to see a replay here. See, he rolls out to the right and cuts up the middle. And at the last second, he pitches this to Damian Perez as he's getting hit.
Heads-up play from both quarterback and receiver. Receiver to have the wherewithal just to be open still at that when you know your quarterback's running around, and quarterback for having confidence to pitch it forward in that situation is pretty impressive.
So this brings up 2nd and 18 for the Plainsmen.
Evergreen trailing by 7 here, about halfway through the third. That's not going to do it here.
No, that pass.
Loss of a yard.
That pass to Terrence Sarion is going to fall incomplete. It hit the turf. That brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, Evergreen really offensively has just not been able to find the rhythm here. Union crowd getting loud here.
4 receivers set for the Plainsmen on 3rd and 18. Baum drops back. He finds Sarah.
Immediately under pressure, and another drop pass by the Plainsmen.
Yeah, that time it's Elijah English, unable to bring that in. 1 drop pass, one throw that really hit the turf.
Countless penalties.
And penalties hurt big time.
Not a productive drive here.
The hold on the kickoff return, the hold on the play by Damian Perez and Jaden Baum. It backs them up to 4th and long, and they're going to have no choice but to punt this away. The punter will be number 9, Darren Schmidt. Union decided to go ahead and take a timeout here.
Another early one for Union. Ryan, do you know how the Plainsmen got their name?
I don't.
It's because Evergreen High School is between Mill Plain and 4th Plain. And I don't know if that's true, but that's what I
You know what? If you wouldn't have told me you don't know it's true, I would have just believed you. I do believe you. It makes sense to me.
We'll have our fact checkers look into it.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Kyle is correct. We got confirmation. That is exactly why the Plainsmen are called the Plainsmen.
Do you know how the Titans got their name?
I don't. Enlighten me.
It was a vote.
It was a vote. That makes sense.
Not as exciting.
Not as exciting. Not as cool.
But I don't know if that's true either. We'll run it back to the fact checkers. Looking back to the game here, 4th down.
Darren Schmidt with his heels on the goal line, ready to punt this away.
Awkward punt from Evergreen, but
that's going to be fair caught by Adam Olson right at the 49-yard line. Or it looks like, the 45-yard line.
Union back in Evergreen territory here. Looking to extend their lead here. We talked about it too. Union could have a much larger lead than 17-10, but a couple of just little mistakes that have really, really cost them. Let's see, last drive, they nearly had another interception, but they were able to, sustain their rhythm and ended up in the end zone. Let's see if they can string another one together.
We've got Armani Tonga back under center here for the Titans. Adam Olson in the backfield. You got a 3-receiver set up at the far side of the field. Tonga hands this off to Olson. Olson bounces around the outside. He makes a big run. That's going to go ahead. He takes it out to the 35-yard line, but there is a flag on the play.
Looks like this may be against Union here.
Looks like that they're confirming it was an offensive hold. And that is what it is. So that's going to go ahead and back them up. So it looks like that's going to make this out to be right around 1st and 15. And they will replay the down.
This is also familiar territory for Union. I feel like we've had a couple drives that have started 1st and 15, and like we talked about, if they just keep getting 5 or 6 yards every play, they're not worried about it.
No, mistakes happen. It's just them not compounding their mistakes. Olson trying to bounce this off the outside, and he's going to get stopped.
Incredible fight from him to stay on his feet that whole time.
Union's going to go ahead and take a timeout. Looks like they're going to spot this ball right at the Union's 45-yard line. So we're going to come back out of the timeout at 2nd and 20.
That was a good look there at number 5, Adam Olson, who's just been the driving force for this Union ground attack here.
So I stand corrected. It wasn't a timeout. We had a little, there is a timeout being called. Okay, we're all right.
Kellen Brown went down with an injury, and he is a crucial part of the Union offense too. Hopefully he's okay.
He seems to be walking around. Looks like he might have cramped up just a little bit.
Second and 20 now.
Tonga comes back out as the quarterback. Adam Olsen checks out of the game. Kaysen Specht checks in the backfield. He's got a split receiver set. Hands this off to Specht. Specht drives it up the middle. He's going to get a gain of about 6 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 14.
Even 2nd and 20, I don't think Union is scared. I think they're fine with that. It's not ideal, but I think they know that they can move Evergreen. I think another play like that, I think they're willing to go for it on 4th down if they can get to about 4th and 6.
Yeah, it puts them right back into 4-down territory again. And yeah, I think the biggest difference here that I saw between Union and Evergreen is that Union is comfortable in this space, to where Evergreen seemed a little panicked, a little rushed.
Absolutely.
Tonga moving Specht to his right. And it looks like we've got a false start here on the Titans. And that's going to move him back 5.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, it negates the run that they had on 2nd down almost entirely. So that brings up 3rd and 19. It certainly changes the play call because now you're almost forced to throw the football.
100%, yeah.
Got a slot receiver here down at the bottom of your screen. Specht moves to the right. Tonga taking a look downfield, down the middle of the field. It's a big play.
What an incredible catch here.
That was number 42, Caleb Cruz. Going up top, bringing that catch down. That's going to be enough for a 1st down for the Union Titans.
What a play by the receiver here. Here's a good replay.
You see this replay. I don't think anybody expected Tonga to fire this across the middle of the field. Cruz just goes up and gets it right in double coverage and is able to bring it in.
Skies over the Evergreen defender there. A huge 3rd down conversion. And Union just keeps milking the clock here, too.
That's Specht up the middle. He's going to get a gain of 2. Yeah, you're right, Kyle. I mean, they're milking the clock. I mean, we're 10 minutes into this 3rd quarter, and Evergreen's offense has seen the field once.
Yeah, and realistically, their ball possession is probably, they had a couple of incompletions. It might be 40 seconds that they've controlled so far in this 3rd quarter.
Tonga hands it off to Specht. Specht tries to bounce around the left side. He's going to get stopped with a short gain. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
I don't know if this was the Union coaching staff thought before the game, but I think they've stumbled into an identity. It's just ground and pound and big gains when you can, but it seems like this is working right now. So I wonder if this is a process they keep throughout the entire season.
It is working because you take a look at the very good teams of the Union past, and they really enjoy to throw the football. And this is a completely different team. This is Adam Olsen trying to bounce around to the outside. He's going to run into traffic. He fumbles the football. This could be a huge recovery for the Plainsmen. And it is Plainsman football. Olsen with a big fumble there.
This is the flip side of the coin here. Oh, here's a good replay.
So Olsen just tries to bounce it around the outside, and it was just punched out. It's punched out by number 8,
Malachi Hodges. Now, what a play there. This is the flip side of the coin where Union has an identity. It's just run, run, run. If you run into penalties, you pass it, right? You end up getting these big chunk of clock in your favor. But how many turnovers have we seen? Just little mistakes here. Fumble, fumble, interception, interception. You know, if Evergreen's offense was humming a little bit differently.
Yeah, that's Perez up there with really a no-gain run. That's going to bring up second down. I mean, that could be the fumble recovery could be a huge momentum changer if Evergreen find a way to move into Union territory, get some points on the board. It changes things. I mean, what really could have been 24-10, we could be looking at a tie game if Evergreen go ahead and convert on this possession. Baum drops back to pass. Unable to find his receiver, number 9, Darren Schmidt.
Another drop for Evergreen, too.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So they're going to go ahead and switch sides. Evergreen's got the ball sitting 3rd and 10 as we start the fourth.
Again, Union with maybe 11 minutes of possession out of the 12 in that third quarter. Evergreen with the ball facing third down, though. Big play from them here.
Yeah,
You're almost in a position where you have to go for it on fourth down no matter what here, because you know Union's going to take 7 minutes off the clock their next go around. If they end up scoring, there's no time left.
Yeah, I think you have to take it into consideration if you're the offensive coordinator for Evergreen.
Have to think Evergreen puts the ball in Baum's hands here.
Yeah, Baum's coming out with a 4-receiver set. Baum is looking downfield. He finds his receiver, number 1, Terrence Sarion, and that's going to go ahead and move the chains. That's a big third down conversion for the Plainsmen.
That is something we haven't seen for a long time.
Yeah.
It is as simple as it sounds, just an Evergreen first down. Let's see if they can get a couple more of those here.
Hands the ball off to Perez. Perez bounces around the outside. He's going to go ahead and get a gain of maybe 1.
Evergreen on their own 42 here.
2nd and 9. Baum's got Perez to his left. 3 receivers down here. He goes the opposite side. That's batted down. It's going to be incomplete.
Great play there from number 58 from Union. It's going to be Mo'u Latoya.
You see this replay. Yeah, Montoya just gets up there. That's a big knockdown.
Another big third down here for the Plainsmen.
Baum looking to Sarion. That's another drop pass. And that's going to bring up 4th down. You know, that's the 3rd or 4th drop pass from the Plainsmen tonight.
Baum's walking off the field. Looks like they may punt here. .59 seconds of possession for Evergreen. in the fourth quarter. Depending on where this punt goes, I'm curious to see how much time is left by the time they get the ball again.
Yeah, we'll have to see. They're putting a lot of confidence into their defense. That's Darren Schmidt ready to go ahead and punt the ball. He's standing right on the 29-yard line.
Another big question is who plays quarterback for Union in the fourth quarter?
I guess we'll find out.
Penalty's going to push Evergreen back 5 yards.
All right. Smith gets the punt away. It's going to go ahead and it's going to bounce right at the 31-yard line, take a Union bounce, and it's going to go ahead and be down. So Union's going to go ahead and take the ball on the 34. As the Union Titans offense comes out for the first time in the fourth quarter, we will get the answer to your question, Kyle. Who's going to play quarterback for the Union Titans in the fourth quarter?
Does not look to be Blake McDonald. They're bringing in Kilgris.
And it is Gabe Kilgris. So Kilgris in for quarterback. You've got Adam Olson in the backfield. You got 3 receivers set down here on the near side of the field. Hands the ball off to Adam Olson. Adam Olson trying to find a seam. He's going to get stopped real close to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a rush of no gain.
Good stop there from Evergreen. That's what you have to. It's what you got to do here. You need some big stops.
Evergreen needs
the ball back.
Yeah, Evergreen needs a defensive stop here. All right, split receiver set. Kilgris moves Olson off to his right. Kilgris finding his slot receiver. That's going to be number 6. Adrian Volkov. No, I'm sorry. Number 6, Blake Childreth. That brings up 3rd and 2. Olson checked out. Kason Specht has checked in the running back position. Specht receives the ball. And he's finally going to go ahead and be brought down at the Union 49-yard line. So that's going to be enough for a first down for the Union Titans.
We're closing in already on 2 minutes of possession here for Union after just a couple of plays.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, every first down that Union gets, that's going to immediately take, 2 minutes off the clock. Specht has got uniform issues, so he's going to check out. Adam Olson's going to go ahead and check back in. Got Kellen Brown as the receiver down here on the near side of the field. Kilgris hands the ball off to Olson. Olson finds a seam up the middle. He breaks through. This is a big run for Adam Olson. He could go all the way. He ultimately fumbles the ball out of bounds. We're going to see where they spot this football.
Down to about the 1 yard line yet again for Union.
That's a huge run for Adam Olson. I think he thought he was going to go ahead and find his way into the end zone. He lost control of the football.
Have to appreciate the hustle there from the Evergreen defender, knowing that play, that score may have been a backbreaker.
So that was my question. So the ball wasn't fumbled out of bounds. It was fumbled into the end zone. So because of that, that's actually going to end up being a touchback, and the Plainsmen are going to go ahead and get control of the football.
What a heroic play from the Plainsmen there. Union coach understandably does not look very thrilled.
I mean, where that football was fumbled at, right around the 1 yard line, it's tough to say, did it go out of bounds, did it go inside or outside the pylon? And sure enough, it is going to be ruled a touchback, and Evergreen is going to go ahead and take this football over at the 20-yard line. Here's the replay. Adam Olson does a great job here to find a seam up the middle of the field, and he just takes off. Ultimately,
Tobias Chappell chases him down.
He chases him down. He causes...
I think that's a great call by the referees. An unbelievable hustle from Evergreen there.
Yeah, so a little bit of luck going Evergreen's way. They're going to get the ball back here with 8:40 left. Baum looking for a receiver.
Oh, my. Baum catches his own pass here.
He catches his own pass. It was a great defensive play by one of the linesmen for the Titans. Comes right back to Baum, and he actually gets 2 yards out of the play.
Deep downfield, it looked like he had Nicole Howard wide open. Here's another good replay of this fumble.
Yeah, that ball bounces just in bounds, and it bounces towards the center of the field. That's what caused it to go through the end zone. Baum pitches this one out to Perez. Perez tries to break around the outside, and he's going to get stopped. It's going to be a gain of 2. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
Evergreen on their own 25-yard line here. They've been trusting Baum here.
Baum drops back to pass. He finds Terrence Sarion. Sarion tries to bounce back out towards the sideline. That's going to be a big gain. It's going to get him a fresh set of downs and move the chains.
That has to be just a weight lifted off Sarion's shoulders too, just corralling that ball. I know there have been a couple drops tonight, but able to get a big play like that, that's got to feel good for your team.
For sure.
Now going out wide on the opposite side of the field. Let's see if they continue to keep letting Baum throw it out there.
Baum keeps the ball, finds
Nicole Howard with the catch. About the 45.
That brings up 2nd and 4. Clock running. We're sitting at 6:50 remaining in the game. Evergreen does still have all 3 timeouts, so keep that in mind as well. Three receivers on the far side of the field. Baum steps back, tries to find Perez, a little out route, and that's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, didn't even look in the direction of the 3 receivers there at the top of the screen. 3rd and 4.
Baum this time looking towards the middle.
What a break up there.
Looking for Nicole Howard. that's ultimately going to go ahead and be broken up by the Union Titans.
EJ Tonga gets a hand on it.
Looks like Evergreen's going to go ahead and bring out the punt team as they're sitting 4th down and 4 yards to go on their own 45-yard line.
I see bomb out here. I'm thinking they're going to go for it here. I think they need to.
They are going for it. And Union's going to go ahead and burn a timeout.
Probably smart.
That leaves them with 1 timeout remaining.
I think if you're Evergreen and you were just handed this possession when you were a yard away from a 14-point deficit, I think you have to go for it here.
Yeah, I mean, I think first things, if you're Evergreen, you come out, you try to get Union offsides. You try a hard count. Offsides will get you a first down, move the chains. And then if you can't get that, maybe you burn a timeout yourself, then you figure out what you want to do.
That's exactly what the Union coach is telling his team to. Just do not jump offside.
Yep, that's exactly what his message was.
Fourth and 4. Let's see if Evergreen runs a play or if they try to play some trickery here. They are going to run a play. It's a pass.
Bomb finds Darren Schmidt. We're going to see where that ball is spotted. It's going to be close.
It is going to be right on the line. Both refs run out to the 49-yard line. That is exactly where Evergreen needed to get. Let's see if they give it to him.
They may end up measuring this one.
Referees commiserating here. Looks like referees in position to bring out the chains. Let's see if that's what we go with here. That is the case.
Looks like by a football length, the Plainsmen are going to go ahead and keep this drive alive.
There's a great replay to show us exactly where the spot is.
Yeah, Baum finds Darren Schmidt here. He gets hit behind the line to gain. It looks like his forward momentum had carried him just beyond it.
Yeah, that's going to be where his elbow touches. That is a generous spot is what it looks like. Nonetheless, Evergreen gets the first down. A lot of things going to Evergreen's way tonight.
That's another reception by Terrence Sarion. That brings up 2nd and short. Baum's got a 4-receiver set. He hands the ball off to Perez. This time he's going to get stopped for a loss. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Perez a little banged up on that play. He pops up, though. Looks like he's going to be okay.
We've got 3rd and 3 here. 5:44 left in the game.
So because the clock was stopped due to the injury, Perez does have to go out for a play. So he checks out. Malachi Hodges checks in as the running back.
Another 3rd down for Evergreen here. Let's see if they can convert again.
Pitches out to Hodges. Hodges runs into traffic right at the 49-yard line. That's going to be a loss.
Tobias Chappell with the tackle there.
It's going to be a loss of 4. That's going to bring out 4th and 7, just inside Union Titan territory. Looks like Plainsman offense is staying on the field, so they're going to go for it here on 4th and 7. This is probably the biggest play of the night for the Plainsmen. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and they're going to take a timeout and talk about it.
I hate to be hyperbolic. This could be the biggest play of the season for the Plainsmen. I know it's game 1, but this is a huge... if you can win this game when you should not be winning, this is huge to start the season.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it sets the tone for the season, and it just gives you that much confidence going forward for the rest of the year. We'll see what Evergreen comes out with.
Union coach trying to get everybody on their feet here.
So Malachi Hodges comes in as the running back. Baum's got trip receivers down here on the near side of the field, a lone receiver up top. Baum drops back. He finds his receiver. That's Elijah English. And that's another huge 4th down conversion that keeps the drive alive for the Plainsmen.
What a throw, what a catch.
That throw was in traffic.
Yeah, and able to keep your hands on it.
Yeah, I mean, English just coming back and really going after it and coming to get it. And then able to go ahead and get him another 10 yards after the catch. That puts the Plainsmen almost in the red zone.
Evergreen just will not quit here.
And Baum's going to take a huge sack on 1st down.
Ryan Carl with the tackle.
Baum just didn't see him coming.
2nd and 17 now. What a game.
It has been a great game. Line to gain is the 13-yard line. Baum takes a snap. Quick pitch over to Terrence Sarion. Sarion tries to cut back through the middle. He's going to go ahead and get a gain of about 6.
Gets to right back to where they started. Third and 10 here.
Third and 10. Here's another big 3rd down conversion for the Plainsmen. Hodges still in his running back. High snap. Baum finds his receiver in the flat. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down. Found number 22, Hudson Nellis. It's the first time his name's been called tonight.
Here's a great replay of another.
I mean, he had nobody within 7 yards of him. Nellis did. He did a great job to get his feet moving upfield, make sure he gets beyond the yard marker. That brings up 1st and goal for the Plainsmen.
Yeah, caught it around the 20, ended up with about maybe 12 yards after the catch.
And Baum finds Elijah English for the touchdown.
What a drive from the Plainsmen. Wow.
That brings the score to 16-17 with the extra point attempt pending. Do you go for it? Do you go for 2?
You got a lot of momentum right now.
A lot of momentum.
Baum looks dialed in.
You had 2 4th down conversions that were converted on that drive.
I think in theory it sounds great. I think take the points.
You take the points. You always take the points. So Sean Cow for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good, and we have a tie ball game.
With under 3 minutes to play, let's go back to the fumble, or let's watch this replay here.
Yeah, Baum just finds English. English ditches his coverage, finds the corner. That was a great route ran by Elijah English.
Yeah, Baum has really turned up the heat here, fourth quarter specifically. If we go back to the fumble for Union, that was about to close out the game. That was 24-10, a couple minutes left. Evergreen really didn't have it. Evergreen's got all the momentum now. We're tie game, under 3 minutes.
That fumble, which was fumbled out of the end zone, turned into a touchback, has turned into a 14-point swing. And instead of Evergreen being down by 14, it is now a tie ball game with just under 3 minutes to play.
Yeah, a couple of great play calls from the Evergreen coaching staff, and the Plainsmen able to execute just huge, heroic plays from Evergreen. Great catches, great defensive plays.
Yeah, the Evergreen receivers have stepped up their game in the last 5 minutes. I mean, I hate to say it, but there were several drop passes all night tonight from multiple receivers.
100%.
And on that drive, there wasn't a single drop pass. Baum has been hitting his targets on, right on the numbers. And that was a great drive by the Plainsmen. All right, so Plainsmen are kicking off. And that's going to be through the end of the end zone. So Titans are going to go ahead and take this possession over at the 20 with 2:54 left in the game. As a reminder, the Titans have one timeout remaining. The Plainsmen have two.
We talked about that. That was the third quarter. It happened early in the first quarter, too. It didn't come back to bite them, the Titans, in the first half. We're going to have to see, but...
Well, one thing that we know to be true is that we have seen the Titans milk 6 minutes off the clock in a possession.
Yeah.
So they're able to, but they're going to have to make some big plays. We haven't seen their kicker tonight. We don't know what type of range he has, so that's certainly in play. But we'll see what they do there. And it is Kilgris back at quarterback. He dumps it off just out into the flat. He finds Adam Olson. That's going to be a short gain.
Good tackle there from Jason Scott. Limits the damage here. Clock's going to continue to run.
Kilgris has two receivers on the far side of the field. He moves Olson just off to his right. Hands the ball off. Olson cuts up the middle, finds a seam. He's bringing out to the outside. He's ultimately going to run into traffic, but not after he gets enough to move the chains.
Clock will continue to run here. Out to the 33.
This is going to be stopped.
Another Evergreen cramp.
So we're going to reset the clock to 2:01. It looks like it was injury timeout. Plainsmen exchanged some personnel on the field.
First and 10. Let's see what Union has planned here.
Kilgris has the same three receiver set he's had really all night. He hands the ball off to Olson. Olson tries to bounce around the outside. Olsen being extremely patient there, waiting for his blockers to develop. He did a great job there to go ahead and gain about 7 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
We do have a penalty. It looks like initial thought was against Union. Perhaps a holding.
It is going to be holding. So that flag is sitting right at the 39-yard line. That's going to take him back to the 29. It will still be first down. You know, one thing that I've noticed, Kyle, is that after Evergreen has scored that last touchdown, this stadium is silent.
Mm-hmm.
It has taken the crowd out of this game, and that could be a huge momentum shift. Or really, Evergreen is going to keep the momentum at this point because it's silent out here. This time, Kilgris keeps it himself. He has a late pitch. A late pitch to Kellen Brown.
Smart but dangerous play.
Very
there.
dangerous, very dangerous. It's not going to be enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
After that penalty, though, another big play. The clock's going to... Well, he did get out of bounds, so clock is stopped.
Kilgris hands it off to Kason Speck this time. Speck breaks through the middle. He's trying to get to the outside. He's ultimately going to go ahead and get brought down at the 32-yard line. Big run from Kason Speck.
Evergreen defense.
You'll see this replay. Speck just finds a hole right up the middle, right between the guard and the tackle.
There's 2. Evergreen going for another strip there, too. 3. We're going back to action here. 1:10 Union holding on to that timeout.
This time the ball goes to Adam Olsen. He gets his usual 5 to 6 yards a carry.
Union still holding on to the timeout. 48 seconds left. Tie game here.
And we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout. Evergreen.
So that is Evergreen's 2nd timeout of the half. Leaves them with 1. Union has 1 timeout. Sitting here 47 seconds left of the game. Union's got the ball on the 26-yard line.
Bigger and bigger gains from the Union running backs here, too. One more of that puts them in prime position to take this victory.
You know, coming into week 1, you never know what games, what type of game you're going to get. You know, you don't know how teams are kind of shaping up. I couldn't have asked for anything more from this game tonight being week 1. We've seen it all pretty much. I mean, I don't know how the season continues to get better from here, but this has certainly been a marquee game for the season. Coming out of the timeout, Gabe Kilgris has got Adam Olsen in the backfield. He's got a 3-receiver set. Hands the ball off to Olsen. Olsen tries to break around the corner.
Evergreen going for another strip here. Let's see.
Olsen's going to get a gain of about 4.
And they're keeping the clock running. We've got another timeout here. Timeout Evergreen. Their final timeout.
So 29 seconds.
Second down for Union. We're at a point where the down doesn't really matter. You're either going to score or you don't. if we have less than 30 seconds left, they have 1 timeout remaining. I mean, we have 2 or 3 plays. I don't think we'll get to 3 plays.
Yeah, I don't think we get to 3 plays. It is 3rd and 1, so Union's got to convert here. If they convert here, they're looking a lot better. From what I see on the Union sideline, I don't see anybody warming up into the kicking net. That tells me that the kicking play might not be an option for the Union Titans at this range. But here we go. 29 seconds left. 3rd and 1 for the Union Titans. Adam Olson in the backfield. Kilgers drops back to pass, fires one over the middle.
And coach is signaling to spike it.
He finds Tobias Chappell. That's going to move the chains. The clocks will start when the ball is placed. The clock is now started. Kilgers is asking for the ball. Finally gets it. He's going to go ahead and stop the clock with 14 seconds left.
This is a brilliant clock management from the Union team here.
If the Titans play right, they've got time for 2 plays. If you throw it to the outside, you got to get out of bounds.
You have that timeout in your pocket. Evergreen blew both of theirs, so they just run it up the middle. It's been working.
We're going to bounce Adam Olson out to the outside. Kilgers keeps it. He dumps it off into the left hash.
Union's going to get 1 more play here.
And Chappell.
Yet again, just outstanding clock management from the coaching staff there. Do not give Evergreen an opportunity to get the ball back. This is make or break right here.
Yep. 3 seconds left. Ball spotted on the, is it 6-yard line? Yep, the 6-yard line.
The question is, does Union have the kicking game to go for the field goal, or do they give it right back to Adam Olson?
I'm seeing the kicker on the sideline. So tells me Union's going to go ahead and go for this.
What a gutsy game from both teams here. Just back and forth. Weird game,
yeah,
but incredible to watch. Joshua Fish is in the game.
They do bring out the kicking team. So this is going to be a 23-yard field goal from the left hash. The hold's good. The kick is low. And it is Union celebrating. The referees are calling it no good. They're saying the ball went under. I think they're going to talk about it.
Main referee is saying no good. From our angle,
I couldn't tell. The crowd doesn't like it.
Final call is no good. What an incredible turn of events here. We have a replay.
Here's the replay.
You know what? I don't know.
I don't know. It's too hard to tell.
That is the way, of course that's the way this game would end. Not end, but just another strange play.
So the clock's showing zeros. We're all tied at 17.
Are you familiar with overtime rules?
I'm not. I'll be honest.
Coach is still talking about the field goal kick here. What an absolute shocker.
All right, so what we're going to have here is we're going to have a coin toss to determine first team of having possession. They get one series of downs to score. Then the second team gets a possession to match or exceed the first team's score. If the second team matches that score, play will continue to a second overtime series. Starting with the third overtime series, if we get there, the offensive team must attempt a 2-point conversion after scoring a touchdown. If any defensive team scores after the first series, the game ends. So those are our rules. So we've got a possession for each team. We're going to do a coin toss here to determine who gets possession first.
What a way to kick off the season.
This has been great.
Just like early September, you have pumpkin spice lattes, and then you get a game like this. How can it get any better?
You know, the only downside to this, Kyle, is that the rest of the season is going to be a disappointment. I don't think we're going to get a game as good as this.
This is unprecedented. This has been a treat.
It really has been.
Back and forth, just some. There have been probably 4 or 5 or 6 things in this game that have never happened before on a football field, and they've all happened tonight, and it is just miraculous to be a part of it.
All right, so Union won the toss. They deferred.
Yeah, if Evergreen can sneak this win away.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at from the offensive performance, this should have been Union's game to win.
Decidedly.
Decidedly. And if you take a look about the strengths of these two teams, Union's still building its program. Evergreen has a strong returning core from last year, and they went out and they won the league. And so this is not what I could have predicted. I knew it was going to be close. It's turning into a rivalry matchup that we look forward to every single year, which is great. And we know anything can happen during those rivalry games.
I think the first 3.5 quarters, Union was far and away the better team. The last 6 minutes where Baum just found his rhythm.
He balled out.
And that has to have Union nervous here.
It certainly does. All right, we're starting overtime here from the 25-yard line. Baum hands this off to Perez. Perez finds a seam up through the middle. He's going to go ahead and get a gain of 5. Brings up second down.
We talked about it early on. Having a field goal kicker like Evergreen does, he can make it from here.
Yeah.
Union has not shown us they can do that.
That is correct. It could be the difference tonight. Baum's got Perez to his left. He drops back. Look, finds Elijah English. He's going to catch that inbounds. That's going to go ahead and reset the chains. Like he went out of bounds right at the 11-yard line. So that means the Plainsmen can still get a first down without getting a touchdown.
And no clock here. This is just
No clock.
possession per possession.
Baum hands this off to Perez. Perez tries to find a seam up the middle. He gets a gain of about 3.
Some of the biggest runs we've seen from Evergreen tonight onto the last 3 plays, too. Really, the run game has been stifled up until this 5th period here.
So the ball's spotted at the 6-yard line. 7-yard line, excuse me. Baum looking for English. English was double teamed. He finds his way out to the flat. He finds Perez, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Plainsmen.
That was Damian Perez with the catch there. (23-17), big kick here for the Plainsmen. That was just 4 plays, too. Union's defense seemed a little defeated on that last drive, and how can you not be, just with the way this game has gone?
The momentum is completely with the Plainsmen at this point. The win has been taken out of Union sails. So now we've got Sean Cow with the extra point. Gets the hold in. Cow makes that through the uprights. That's going to be good. Pushes the score to 24-17. Union's going to go ahead and get their shot starting from the 25-yard line.
They need a touchdown.
They do.
They need to get in the end zone, or this is it. This is Evergreen's first lead since it was 10-2. Union tied it 10-10.
Yeah, right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, this is Evergreen's first lead since the second quarter.
All right, Union brings out Gabe Kilgris to be the quarterback for this overtime period. They've got to score a touchdown. They've got to at least get the extra point. Adam Olson in the backfield. Kilgris keeps it. He rolls out to his left. He pitches it out.
Gets out to about the 13. Again, just a courageous play.
He pitched it out there to Blake Childreth. That's going to be enough to move the chains for a first down. Union now needs to get to the 3-yard line to get a new set of downs. Hands the ball off to Olson. No, he keeps the ball. He faked me out. Kilgris running up towards the middle. He's going to get enough for a first down.
I thought he was in. I thought Adam Olson, or I thought he had the ball the whole time.
I did too.
What a great play.
Next thing you knew, he was standing up, he didn't have the ball. I was like, where's the football? Great option by Gabe Kilgris. So he did not get the first down. It's 2nd and 1 on the 4-yard line. This time he does hand the ball off to Adam Olson.
Gets out to about the half-yard line.
They're going to spot him short. That does give them a new set of downs. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. From inside the 1.
Kason Speck back in for Adam Olson. Adam Olson tried to wave him off.
Hands it off to Speck. Speck dives forward. He is going to go ahead and cross the plane. That's going to be a touchdown for the Titans.
Good run there for Union.
Good effort there by Kason Speck.
Look at these coaches. It looked like they were trying to figure out what
do. You take the points or you go for 2?
I have a feeling they're going for 2. Just looking at the way.
They're going to talk about it. They use their timeout. I believe each team gets 1 timeout during overtime.
Look who it is coming on the field. Adam Olson. Number 5 right there. Let's see if he stays on. All signs pointing to Union going for the win here. This is game right here. Let's see if Kilgris and Olson can make it happen.
All right, Union's got the ball from the 2-yard line. They have decided to go for 2 to win the game.
24-23. If Union finds the end zone, they win. If they don't, they lose. 1 play left here.
Kilgris in at quarterback. Adam Olson lined up just to his left. He's got a 3-receiver set, 2 on the far side of the field. Olson bails out to the left. Kilgris keeps it. He's running towards the corner. Can he cut up? And he is not going to get in. Evergreen Playsmen have won this game.
Let's go! Hell yeah!
Evergreen steals the win here at McKenzie Stadium to kick off the 2025 season. What a game.
What a game. You see the Plainsmen celebrating as they should.
It comes back to the fumble on the 1-yard line. It comes back to missing the field goal as time expired by 4 inches. So many huge plays here that define the game.
Yeah, I mean, this has been fantastic tonight. Kyle, welcome to the broadcast.
It was a pleasure.
What a night to have you start with us. I'm so excited for the rest of the season. If the season can be half as good as what we saw tonight in this game, we are in for a real treat down here in Southwest Washington. Yeah, I would run through a recap, but you're better off just going back and watching the replay. It was an absolute fantastic game. From McKenzie Stadium, I'm Ryan Vassbinder.
I'm Kyle Bleeke.
You guys have a great night.
See you next week.